Thank you, Mark, and hello from London. Okay, so some markets in recent times have been slow and quiet, whilst others have been exhibiting a more volatile nature. Hence, the weekly technical patterns we have and will see have been interesting but limited. In the equity markets, we had a weekly key reversal down in only one equity index or stock index future, and that was in the German DAX futures. This was at the top of the recent market, so it was an interesting choice that prices made. The small follow-on this past Monday has not really supported this idea of a declining market, though prices are still within last week's range. In the currencies, a disparate pair of weekly key reversals. In euro sterling, we had a weekly key reversal up, which at first glance last Sunday when I was studying it did not look that great a performer. However, after a stuttering start on Monday, the rest of this week has indeed been a pretty good follow-on higher to this bullish pattern, such that today we have broken above last week's range and indeed broken higher to make new highs for June. I shall watch this one with great interest, as it has already offset a dead cross made this week of the medium moving average down through the long moving average. US dollar against the Colombian peso also had a weekly key reversal up, but this has so far proved to be a nothing, with the action staying well within last week's range. One of the most interesting actions of last week in commodities was the weekly key reversal down in London sugar futures. This was because it had one of the most well telegraphed combination of bearish patterns available, seen here since at least May. So we had a rounded top formed between April and May, and then a small bearish halfway hesitation, almost a bear flag, since late May through to last week. Thus last week's weekly key reversal down was not just a pattern on its own, no. It was the trigger to push prices down on patterns, that is patterns the plural, that had been in construction since early April. We have seen the resultant move lower from this combination this week, such that the market has dropped down to only halt at a significant extension of the August to December 2021 neckline. Yes, something originating from a year and a half ago and highlighted in bright red on my daily chart. This has halted a sharp decline. Why, say you? Well, because it had been a prime market indicator, a bullish market indicator, I hasten to add, all of last year through to late March of this year, when the market took a flyer on the upside. Thus it would be reasonable to look again at this mildly bullish neckline to act upon this very recent sharp decline. I'll deal with this in greater detail in my weekly sugar video published this past Monday. Finally, a couple of shipping indexes to look at. We had a weekly key reversal down in the Baltic Panamax index, a significant feature as it had been recovering throughout June from the earlier weekly key reversal down we saw in late April. Thus it seems the recovery may be having a possible dead cat bounce in a seemingly declining market, as we have only seen a suitable follow-on lower this week so far. The second shipping index is the Baltic Dirty Tanker Index. This has significance because we have seen a declining highs since late March and arguably since the peak in late November last year. However, since April, there seems to have been a base of support being built in the 1050 area, and this latest weekly key reversal down here last week is a direct kick in the teeth to that support. We have seen a follow-on lower this week, but it has been small, marginal even, as if the support at 1050 is fighting this latest push lower with all its might in perhaps a last desperate stand to shore up the market. I'll be very interested to see how this all pans out. As always, I'm happy to share my videos, various charts, and answer any questions with anyone who wishes to contact me. And with that, I'll finish this section from London, and I hope you found these comments useful. Thank you for listening. This weekly broadcast gives the essential market patterns and consequences. Please be aware of the risk disclaimer posted both at the front and the back of this broadcast. Copyright is Eddie Toftpick and ADM Investor Services International Limited. And here comes the final important bit.